Welcome to Newsflash Bestie,
a weekly podcast hosted by your besties, Sarah
and Emily. We're here to help you stay informed without getting overwhelmed. Because sometimes it's hard to keep up.
And that's okay. Your besties got you.
Hey, besties. So we got an action-packed episode again with Emily and Sarah, of course. So what do we have going on today? So we have a government shutdown we're talking about. Sarah's going to get us all in on that. And then we have more talk about our boy Luigi, who's been indicted. And what else do we have going on today? I got some drone updates. Oh, and Amazon workers are on strike. So that's going to be, who knows? Packages are coming, hopefully.
Just sending the drones.
Yeah,
sending
right?
the drones to deliver them.
I was thinking about that too. Well, we'll get into the drones then, but I don't know.
Don't distract
anyway,
Emily with drones. Don't distract Emily with drones.
Yeah, I'll get in on that later.
Oh my
so
goodness.
Let Sarah kick us off with our...
You want some hot tea?
Yeah.
Hot tea, but from the straight from the government. Ooh.
Yeah, because again, I don't keep up.
Yeah, so there was a tentative. So we're coming up against on Saturday at 12:01 a government shutdown if a stopgap bill to keep the government funded isn't passed.
Okay.
They had a tentative agreement, and then President-elect Trump and Elon Musk just blew it up. All over the
Where
socials.
does Elon Musk come into play in this right now?
I mean, he's going to be on the DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, which isn't...
Oh.
Yeah, with Vivek Ramaswamy.
Okay.
So that's... I think obviously it was he was a huge campaign donor. I think he devoted like 200 million via his America PAC. Like he's got a super PAC that funneled money into the Trump campaign. So he's a huge donor. So I feel like when you donate that kind of money, yeah, Elon.
Ugh. So of course
when
he's
you donate that
job.
kind of money, you got the ear, and plus you're also the overlord of the platform formerly known as Twitter, X.
Yeah.
So you have a pretty large megaphone. But yeah, but that original agreement had things in it like $110 billion for like disaster relief from hurricanes Milton and Helene, and other natural disasters that have occurred, and had like farm assistance and farm recovery from those hurricanes as well. It was like $10 billion, and then it had some controversial things like a pay increase that could have been about 3.8% for Congress. So Congress was trying to slide in a pay raise for themselves.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Like muddled in the middle of this bill. They kind of were like, oh, interesting.
Yeah. And then there was things for like funds to rebuild the Key Bridge. So remember that bridge that was struck by the cargo ship outside Baltimore?
The Francis Scott
that
Key?
collapsed. Yeah, so there was money in that bill for that. What's the other thing? There's something else in there. Oh, and they had a provision there's federal land where RFK Stadium used to be, to take that federal land and give it to DC to potentially be used for a new Washington Commanders football stadium.
Oh my gosh.
So like all kinds of stuff they were trying to it was like over 1,500 pages. Of stuff that are just like, let's cram. I think there's even more. There was stuff like trying to reform pharmacy benefit managers, so PBMs, like all this other stuff that they were trying to get done in this bill. So Donald Trump's like, heck, like, why are you trying to cram all this stuff in? Elon Musk is like, this is a waste of your money. Anybody in Congress who votes for this should be voted out in 2 years.
I mean, they probably could reevaluate a few things. Like, I'm not going to
right? Do we really need to focus on land for a new football stadium?
Right. Or raises for Congress. Or
do y'all think you did that good of a job?
Right.
Yeah.
Who gets what was it? 3.8%? You said.
I don't think that was like a fine. Like I think that was like the max amount or something. I forget how it was worded in there, but it was like having the ability to give themselves a 3.8% rate pay increase.
Gotcha.
I think their wages have been stagnant for a while, so they haven't had one. But still, you're really using this bill that like has to get passed, or the government doesn't get funded to give yourselves a pay increase.
Right.
Yeah.
Read the room. Read the room.
Yikes. But so then Speaker Mike Johnson's got his like work cut out for him because now he's got to go back. They're going to need some Democrat support to pass this because the Senate is controlled by Democrats. The House is controlled by Republicans. They had another bill that they just put up that did not pass, like literally within the last couple hours. And we're filming this on December 19th. There's a House version of the bill that was 116 pages, so significantly smaller. That's 1,500
what was
pages.
the other one? What was this one? Oh, geez.
Yeah, so the first bill that they had that was there was bipartisan support for was about 1,500 pages. Had all that other stuff we talked about, like the provision to deed the land to D.C. for a new football stadium, Francis Scott Key, bridge funds, pay increase for Congress. That was all part of that $1,500 bill, which is that's not going any, like that's dead in the water. This other one, this Republican deal that just failed to pass, this would have extended the funding deadline. So they would have extended funding through March 14th. So we would have kept the government funded through March 14th of 2025, which would give this new Republican Congress a chance to like try and pass a permanent budget. Because all these things have been just like kicking the can down the road. They're like continuing resolutions. Because they can't get a budget passed to keep the government.
So they're trying. So they have all these things they want to do. Some of them necessary, some not so necessary. And
right now, you all just need to get the government. Like we just need to. You need to like its time is up. Like you got to get something passed. Otherwise, people aren't going to get paid.
Oh, okay.
This right now. So they don't pass whatever. They don't pass something by Friday night. By Friday at midnight at 12:01 Saturday, the government shuts down. So that means a lot of workers can be furloughed. People in the military, active military, don't get paid.
Oh, yes.
Workers don't get paid. It's happened a couple of times.
Yeah. I remember.
It's been a little while.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so all that, that doesn't get passed. I mean, people will still get their Medicare. Like, Medicare will still function. You'll still get your Social Security checks, so that's separate. It's a separate funding program. But, like, government workers. Some have to come into work, like the TSA, but they don't get paid. The military still got to go to work. They don't get paid.
That's so jacked up in my brain. Like, so all these things are out of your control, and you're not going to get paid, but you still have to go to your job, because if you don't go to your job, then you'll get fired from your job, but you're going to continue to not get paid.
Yep.
And all for what?
Because Congress can't get their crap together. I mean, this last deal that they voted on, it would have had disaster relief for Hurricane Milton, Helene. That seems to be the one thing everybody agrees on. Like, we have to give money for this.
That's good.
Good
job, guys.
Right? Good job.
Excellent.
People need to rebuild their lives and rebuild after a major disaster. Good job. I'm glad we all agree on that. Jesus.
But below that, let me give myself a raise.
So that bill would have provided for that. It would have had farm assistance and farm recovery funds, like the first one did. The other thing that Trump wants to do is extend the debt limit. So the debt limit is how much money we can borrow to pay our bills that we've already incurred. So he wants to extend
what that meant. I didn't know. I saw that. I read that. I actually read that. But I was like, I don't understand. Like,
the debt limit is like how much we are allowed to borrow to pay what we've already spent.
Okay.
We've already spent the money, we gotta pay it. So Donald Trump wants that. Exactly. Donald Trump wants the credit card.
He wants a black Amex card.
Yeah.
That's basically what he wants for the country.
Extended. Yeah. I mean, there was I was reading reporting today where he was saying he wants to do away with the debt limit. So basically just unlimited. Borrow what you need.
But what's that?
I don't know. I have no idea. But that was one of the things I read. But so in this bill, they wanted to extend the debt limit through 2027. That's always controversial. It's always a fight. And I don't think Democrats are on board with in this legislation to agree to that, because it's usually like months of discussion around the debt limit, not just a couple of days. And they weren't planning to address that with this stopgap bill.
Okay.
So we shall see. But it failed. So it failed the first vote. We'll see.
Man.
I think there's other things they can do procedurally to pass it with a simple majority. So I don't know. We will be. They got a day left, so we'll see.
Right? That's true. Yeah, today's Thursday.
It's Thursday.
So what you said Saturday or like Friday night at 12:01.
At midnight on Friday, so 12:01 Saturday. The government shuts down. Not a big deal because it's Saturday, right? It's a Saturday,
right?
So, but you're gonna notice that come Monday for sure,
right?
Because that also impacts the people that inspect your food, like the USDA, the FDA, like yeah,
yeah. There's a lot more nuanced things than
right.
More. Well, hopefully they get it together tomorrow.
I'll do a little breakdown on our socials, I think, for that.
Yes,
because it is a lot. You know what I mean?
Appreciate it.
What does this mean? What happens if the government shuts down?
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah. But more to come. And the other hot tea today, our boy Luigi is back in New York. He's in Brooklyn.
Okay, so they did take him back.
He waived extradition today. Again, today's Thursday, the 19th, December 19th. He waived extradition in Pennsylvania. So they plopped him on a plane, flew him to New York.
I heard Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
I was going to say they indicted him. And what was it? Was it first? You'll go over all that.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a lot. He's got multiple cases. So new today is there's 4 federal charges. These were new today. He was in federal court today. So this is the U.S. government's case against him. And those include charges for stalking, a firearms offense involving a silencer because he used a ghost gun with a silencer, murder through use of a firearm, and that charge makes him eligible for the death penalty. So in the federal case, so that's federal court. That's the U.S. government's case. Then, and he didn't enter. There's no plea. He didn't enter a plea yet. New York State, I think, does not have the death penalty, but he's facing like life in prison for the charges that he's been indicted on. So New York State, Alvin Bragg, Manhattan DA, announced charges. He's got 1 count of first-degree murder and furtherance of terrorism. So trying to like scare people through murder.
Oh, yeah, don't do this, people. That's what they're gonna make a big example out of him. And I mean, I could potentially see like a copycats, you know. So I guess that's why they're doing that.
Yeah, they want to make an example out of him for sure. He's got 2 counts of second-degree murder, including one as it's 2 counts of second-degree murder, and then multiple counts of criminal possession of a weapon. So that's New York. I think it's like 11 charges in total in New York State. Okay. And then he still has charges in Pennsylvania. And that was like forgery, carrying a firearms without a license, tampering with records or identification, possessing instruments of a crime, and providing false identification to law enforcement. So he's got charges in PA, New York, and then federal court.
Oh, dang.
What I've heard is that the New York State will get precedence, and then federal. I mean, at that point, I feel like the PA charges are moot.
Yeah, like it's just. You've done enough.
You got him. So yeah, some more to come on that. But yeah, he's being held in federal court in Brooklyn. But apparently people, like, there's a GoFundMe that has $100,000 that's been donated. People are, I think, sending stuff to the jail too. I don't know.
Yeah, they're putting like money in his commissary. Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah, I think it is important. Like, I know we talked about this in last week's episode around how effed up the health insurance industry is, and like they're all butthurt because this guy's being lionized by a lot of people, right? By the general public. But what about Brian Thompson? I know we talked about like, well, where was the humanity? Like, where was the consideration for their customers' humanity in the way that they conduct business? But I think it is important. Like, he'd like just shot somebody.
Right, in middle of the street. Cold blood. Yeah.
In cold blood, and like legit plan that. Like, I think it's important not to lose sight of that. Yeah. So we shall see.
Yeah. It really is just like I don't understand the terrorism thing though. That was the thing. Yes, that's what struck me the other day.
From what I've been reading, and obviously we're not lawyers, so who knows? Like, you don't know. We don't know.
But from my brain of logic.
We just play one on TV.
Yeah. Not even that.
We watch a lot of Law and Order and Blue Bloods. But so, they had a legal expert on NBC saying that they think that terrorism charge is going to be a hard one to prove because he wasn't targeting the public. He was targeting a CEO. Yeah. So, I mean, we'll see.
And it's not like he was like a government official or like, you know what I mean? That was my...
Oh, Brian Thompson was a government. Yeah. And it wasn't like a government building. Yeah.
Right.
That's
where I was like, I didn't know where the terrorism came into play on that one. But again, I just think
they're saying it was like that killing was meant to like scare people.
It was
meant to scare people, just not
the health insurance. Yeah, I don't think people, but I think the health insurance industry for sure.
The industry, well, yeah, and when you think about it, it was meant to scare people. It was meant to scare CEOs.
Yes,
not just the company. Yeah,
and like what they've done, like their actions affect people, and people affect cause and effect.
Yeah, so I mean, we're gonna be talking about Luigi in Brooklyn for a little while.
Yes, he's gonna be around a while.
I feel like it's worth maybe doing a deep dive on the health insurance system too. Maybe we do like a deep dive episode. I don't know, besties, tell us if you're interested in like a deep dive. We try to keep like these podcasts pretty short and focus on the headlines and try and like I will go down in the weeds. Emily will tell you this. Get on my whiteboard with lines and stuff.
But somebody help.
I feel like if you guys want a deep dive episode, maybe put in the comments like kind of topics.
Like how did we get here, basically?
The healthcare system sucks.
Right.
We pay the most.
Yes.
I think
that's for damn sure.
Per person.
Yeah.
In healthcare and have like one of the like you would expect us to have the number one healthcare system in the world and we do not.
Right.
It's bad.
And insurance people make more money than doctors do. The same with pharmaceutical. The same with, I mean, I'm just speculating. I really don't know the numbers, but I just know what I see. I'm going off pure instinctual, not facts. Facts are not the right word. Pure instinctual, perhaps facts. I don't know what a good word would be, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Yeah. You're shooting from the hip.
Yes. Yes. That's how I live my life.
Oh man. Oh, more drama in the city, especially are you done your holiday shopping?
Yes, for the most part. I have to get just a few more things, but for the most part I'm done.
I am not. I barely did any shopping, but I should probably get to it.
You should get to it. I don't know about ordering.
Everybody's getting gift cards.
Yeah.
You get a gift card. You get a gift card. You get a gift card.
Respect.
How about some cold hard cash?
Yes. money.
Like cold my dad just gives us money.
Yeah, I know. Ron, we were talking about that. We went to dinner and we were talking about he's like, it doesn't like, you give me $100 and then I give you $100 or I give you a gift card to this restaurant and you give me a gift card to that restaurant. He's like, it's lost on me. He's like, kids, it's different. You know what I mean? Kids are what make the holiday. But he's like, this is just, what are we doing?
We're just paying each other to like.
Yeah, we're paying each other for what? You know, like.
We're subsidizing each other's gifts to one another.
Yes, 100%.
Gift subsidies.
I get it, though.
Man. I mean, gift cards may be the way to go, although, I don't know. Amazon workers are on strike. I mean, it's not a ton. I think it's like about 10,000 or so. Workers at 7 Amazon centers in 4 states, New York, California, Illinois, and Georgia are on strike. Along with the Teamster Union that represents those workers.
Mm-hmm.
So they were protesting out front of District Center in Queens today. A couple of people got arrested. Got a little rowdy, got arrested. Woo!
Yes.
But they're demanding paid time off, more money. They're saying they deserve to have better compensation because people who work for UPS get paid better.
Right.
But Amazon brings in way more money than UPS, so they should share in that.
Truth. I mean, think about it. In those 4 states, you have like 4 major like cities. You have like LA, California, you got Chicago, New York, and then Atlanta. Like these are major business going through there. Like I feel like it's just basic.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens. UPS is like, oh, not UPS. Oh my gosh, slander. Amazon. Amazon. Take it back. Amazon is downplaying it. They're saying that it's only a small portion of their workforce. I mean, they have like, I forget how much, a crap ton of people that work for them.
Right. Yeah, it's a small portion.
It's a small portion.
It's still important.
It is important and it's visible. Like it made the, you know what I mean? It's in the news right now.
Right.
Google had it as a trending topic.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're 4 major cities, like that a lot of stuff happens in, you know?
Yeah. I think I read somewhere Amazon brings in like $2 trillion a year, maybe. Like
crazy.
I'll have to fact check that. But like either way, it brings in a ridiculous amount of money. Right, your workers should share in that because they're driving your success by making sure your packages get to your customers. So we'll see. Amazon said it's not gonna. You're still gonna get your stuff. Your 2-day shipping. Your 2-day Prime shipping. So we'll see what happens with that. We'll keep an eye on that. But yeah, hot tea in New York.
Interesting. All the things happening.
Yeah, Jersey still has some tea.
I know you still have the drone. Well, now you can't even fly. They banned that starting, what was that, Wednesday. They banned all drones. So if you have your drone, you can't fly it right now.
Yeah, it wasn't like a certain area within Jersey. It's like certain Clifton's on there. I noticed they had a map.
Lot. Yeah, there's probably about 17, I think, different cities.
Clifton, which is by me, was on there. Bedminster, which is where Donald Trump's golf course is, was on there. Yeah.
But I think that they're still saying, like, nobody knows still what is happening. Like, we have more questions than we do answers. But then you have the governor say, like, we all need to calm down. There's nothing to fear. Right. You don't, exactly.
I feel like Trump had a hot take on this.
He always has a hot take. I think he thinks there's something, I mean, I think what he was saying is that, like, the government knows what's happening. They're not telling us, and something strange is going on. Like, that's what he said. And quite frankly, I'm going to agree with him. I really am.
Yeah,
because
we all think it's the good.
We all think it, and he probably thinks more so because they're flying over his golf courses.
Yeah, I don't know. I know what I feel like one of the very few things I look forward to about that man returning to the office of the president is that we're going to get some really unplugged.
Oh yeah,
we'll get it straight.
I'm going to be looking for that.
President Trump unplugged. Tell us about these drones and how the government's covering it up, President.
I'm here for it. Actually, I'm going to be living for it for the next 4 years.
Living for the hot take.
I love unplugged. I love, like, raw.
An unplugged hot take. We're going to be getting
here
them.
for it. I'm here for it. I am here for it.
Oh my gosh.
So funny. But yeah, no, like, nobody knows, but they're saying it's nothing. It's nothing, but we don't know. So don't just calm down. Like, F off. Like, are you serious?
Worry. We don't really know what's happening, but you just calm your cute little heads.
Right, exactly. Until something comes down upon us, or there's some alien invasion, or what have you. I was thinking that I was like, what? It was just like a really, like, thinking about, like, again, back to Amazon, or like them, or was it Walmart that was sending people things through drones.
Oh, Amazon. And there's a couple like food delivery places too. Yeah.
But I was like, I don't know. I was like, what if it's like a really clever drug dealer that like had this?
A really clever drug dealer that is dealing in drugs using drones.
Yeah, but then I was like, no, because that's not what it was.
I mean, that's gutsy, but like, look how much we don't know. So, like, you know what?
Well, yeah,
maybe that is something.
Too many of my drug shows. You watched that one with me that you didn't like, but you watched it.
Oh, I watched Power with you.
Oh my God, yeah, I've watched Power twice already. So good.
That's Emily's comfort watch.
Yes, it is. It's like the whole Power universe, and you have the second book, which is about like his son, and then you have the third one. You don't care, but it's fine.
No, I'm listening. I
And then the
care. I love that it brings you
one-
joy.
It does bring me joy. That got me through 2020. I think it ended in 2020. That's when I got started.
That's probably when I was watching it with you.
Yeah, I believe.
When
Yeah,
it come out and
100%.
stay in 2020.
Yeah. You're like,
I
fine.
found it scary. Oh
It
my God,
was
there's always
fun.
people getting shot. It was so violent.
Yeah, you're dealing drugs. That's gonna happen. Gonna happen. But between that and Breaking Bad. Oh, but anyway, going back to so then they have the third book, which is Raising Kanan, which is like the prequel to all of it about like 50 Cent's
Yeah, yeah.
character.
Yeah,
So good. That's probably my favorite. And now there's a fourth book about Tommy. So there's a couple
Oh.
seasons of that. So I have a whole universe to watch.
So this is where Emily's hot take is coming from. All of the drug shows.
Yes, my drug shows. Yes,
But Jersey drones are really
Breaking
just
Bad, Power, Ozark.
your resourceful neighborhood drug dealer using drones. I love in your notes it says Governor Phil Murphy states that residents need to calm down.
Yes,
Phil
I was
Phil
like, what
Murph.
do you mean calm down? We got it. No, I
You
will
don't
say,
tell me to calm down. There's nothing worse to tell. I'm worried. It's like when you're mad, like when you're mad and your boyfriend or husband tells you to calm down. That is the worst thing to say.
You calm
You calm down. You don't tell people who are very concerned to calm down, man.
Right. And especially when you don't even know it, nobody's giving you any information. You have no information to go off of. How am I going to calm down if I have zero information? Phil, come on.
You don't tell me to calm down, Phil.
Mr. Murphy, get out of here. Can't. But then the whole other thing, though, is like, you can't do anything about it. Like, you can't, like, if you look out your house and you see this drone floating around your house, especially you live near a golf course too. Like, what if they're targeting golf courses or whatever the case may be? I don't know. But if you see this drone, you can't do anything about it. You just got to sit there and watch it. You can't shoot at it to get it down. You can't do anything.
Yeah. Because they also don't, they don't want you shooting at random things in the sky because some of the things that come out of this, I know, but but here's the thing. Some of these things that they've been able to like track down, it's not just drones. It's like small personal aircraft. Okay. So like, and helicopters.
Right.
The Today Show had to do a whole thing on how to educate people on what is a plane, what is a helicopter, and what is a drone. And like how
Today Show.
They did that, doing the Lord's work. But yeah, so like some of these sightings have wound up to be like planes and helicopters. So no, you should not just go outside and shoot.
Don't go shooting everything. All right.
This is not the Wild Wild West.
No, it's not. All right.
Though sometimes we pretend it is the way we act. The way we act.
Jersey's the next best thing to the Wild Wild West. Jersey.
We're from Jersey, baby. It's Jersey's birthday today, by the way.
Now.
We're the third state to sign the Constitution.
Lovely. Oh, I love that.
I didn't know that until my congresswoman, Mikey Sherrill, had an Instagram post that said, "Happy birthday, Jersey." I'm like, oh, dang. I didn't know it was Jersey's birthday.
I should have got you a cupcake or something.
Happy birthday. Yeah, get a cake that says we're from Jersey. A cannoli cake.
Oh, yeah. So bad.
A cannoli cake. You know what? I know. This is coming from a Pennsylvania girlie that's living in Jersey.
Oh, a cannoli cake. Oh my gosh, we ordered one. We ordered a cannoli, from the local Italian bakery. And I mean, it was fresh as fresh can be, not realizing like all of that went into it. $70 for this damn cake. It was neither one of our birthdays. Rob's like, I just want to get this cannoli cake. $70 later. I mean, it was freaking delish.
You're just sitting there like, dang, it's not our birthdays, but like, I really want a cannoli cake.
Well, I saw, you know what it was? It was one of their Facebook posts. Shout out to Alvaro's. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Not a paid ad.
Not a paid ad, but they
make one hell of a cannoli cake.
That they do. They make one hell of an everything. So good. So good.
Oh my gosh. So besides drones, I think the last piece of news we had this week, and this is affecting women's health care. Texas has sued New York doctor over providing abortion pills to a resident of Texas. So Texas has one of the strictest abortion bans in the country. I think the only exception is in the life of a mother, in the life of the mother.
So you have to be all but dead, basically.
Yeah, and there's been cases like where people have been like at death's door. I think like at least one person has died in Texas. There was a story that came out. I have to find that person's name. It was like a young mother. Yeah, that already. Yeah. Damn. And I think Texas is also so New York, after Texas, all these other states started passing these strict laws. New York passed what's called a shield law to shield their doctors from these laws when they're providing care that's not illegal in New York State.
Got you, yes.
So, but Ken Paxton, the Texas Attorney General, oh my God, he, like, look up his picture. He looks like a garbage pail kid.
Look it up.
Every time I look at him, I'm like, ugh.
So hateful.
It's giving major garbage pail kid energy.
A little bit. I think it's the dimple. Oh, his birthday's on Monday.
All right. Happy birthday, KP.
That's the first thing that popped up.
His birthday's Monday. All right. Happy birthday, KP. Yeah. You still suck.
Yeah. I think it's the ears and the dimple.
Yeah, it's just something about his face.
Yeah.
And just his general who he is.
Sense. Yeah.
So this case is coming out of, this New York doctor, Maggie Carpenter, provided a Texas woman, I think the girl was like 20 years old, a young girl, with abortion pills through the mail, which I think you can take them up to like the 10th week of pregnancy. She sent them through the mail. The guy that got her pregnant drove her to the hospital because she had a lot of bleeding. When you take those pills, you can experience bleeding. She went to go to the hospital to get checked out. Apparently this dude didn't know she was pregnant. So I don't know, like, it was unclear in the reporting if he like ran and told like somebody in Texas, like in the legal profession or whatever, like that this had happened, which to me would be weird. But apparently he didn't know that she was pregnant, didn't know that she wanted an abort. Like there was no discussion with him. I don't that came up in the story. I didn't say either way. Like that was like, there was a couple lines about like that being part of this. The attorney general is asking for $250,000 in this case. So it's not a criminal case, it's a civil case he's suing her. So but it's touching off all these things. So Ken Paxton is suing this New York doctor.
So the attorney general is suing a doctor
in New York. Where abortion is still legal. And she was providing care based on New York's laws.
So what does that shield do then that they passed?
It's supposed to shield them. It hasn't been tested yet. And there's a pro-life group out of Texas was like, we were just waiting for the right case to test this.
Oh,
you guys have anything like, I don't know, like, are you caring for mothers maybe?
Right. Yeah. Why don't you give them the right, how about put that energy into the women that you're, whatever the case may be, about getting them the resources that they need to care for their child.
Healthy pregnancies and then care for them.
100%.
I mean, Texas, this is coming out of 2022 stats. They had like a 14% poverty rate. The U.S. average is 12.6%. Texas ranks 11th in terms of poverty.
Oh, wow.
Children in poverty, this 2022 numbers from the state of Texas, 1 in 5 children live in poverty. 1 in 5 children live in poverty, and 19.2% of children under 18 live in poverty. Now that they're saying, and those numbers that were released in 2022, they're saying that was decreased 6.6% from 2012. But who knows? Like, again, this is from 2022, which is right around when Roe versus Wade was overturned. So it'll be like, what do those numbers look like post Roe? And then maternal mortality rate. That's the other thing. Like women's health care.
Right.
28.2 deaths per 100,000 births. So 28.2 women will die out of 100,000 per 100,000 births is what their numbers look like. the national, just for comparison, was 23.2. So it's higher than what the national is for maternal mortality. So it's like, you guys are waiting for this case, like, woohoo, we're going to sue, like, over abortion pills. But it's like, these right-to-life organizations, like, are you all doing anything to help these mothers and help improve the mortality, the poverty rate and child poverty rate? I just wish you put that energy, like, you know what I mean? Why don't we put that energy into, like,
helping people? And the people that we're trying to tell these people what to do, but then we're just throwing them to the wolves.
Yeah, you want them to have you want them to have babies. Do you want the babies to be healthy? Do you want the mom to be healthy? Like, what are you doing for that?
Right. Go have this kid because you should.
You just should.
Or even, not even so much of that piece of it, but the piece of just, like, if there's a crisis or, something happens or, you know what I mean? Like, you have to be on almost your deathbed for Texas to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
If you're,
you literally have to be at death's door because doctors are so afraid of being sued. By people. So basically, I think the way the
Attorney General, apparently.
Yeah, well, I think in Texas, it's not like a criminal penalty. It's like it's like vigilante justice, encouraging people to go out and sue people that have provided abortions.
So gross.
Yeah, so that we'll see what comes of that. But that was announced this week. So
okay.
But they're saying in the reporting, they're saying this is the first time because you're now arguing like state laws and like interstate telemedicine and some of these like interstate issues. They were saying like of this kind of significance and at this level. The last time we had like the really major debates about interstate laws was like pre-Civil War. So think about that time.
Oh God!
Like, the last time we argued about this was like when slavery was a thing in the United States. Was the last time we had these like? I don't know that you want to be in that.
Well, how are we in this space? You know what I mean?
Yeah. You want to challenge another state over
what their rights are. Yeah.
I mean, I think the argument is that you can't like that. It doesn't matter what New York's laws are. Texas law says this, and Texas laws govern our like residents of Texas. I don't know, but you're not suing that. You're suing a doctor in New York,
right?
I mean, they're not sure. Like legal experts are kind of like torn between like what.
Right, because technically the doctor in New York didn't do anything wrong by New York standards. So how is Texas going to tell New York what to do? It'd be like New York telling Texas what to do and suing. I don't know. I'm just kind of putting that, like, making up a random thing, but like New York suing Texas for whatever they don't do in their state. You know what I mean? I think this is where it gets muddled, and I think it's a little more confusing than people want to put it at, like, say that it is.
Yeah.
It's like, just leave it up to the states. Okay, cool. That's great. But here we are.
Right. That's so right. Yeah. That was the thing. People are like, well, you set it back to the states. Okay, we did. But now look, there's another state trying to, I mean.
Right.
I don't know. I could see Texas's argument being like, well, this was something in our state where it's illegal. So that doctor shouldn't be providing stuff that's illegal to our residents. I don't know.
But that's not on the doctor in New York. I think that's on the person who ordered whatever. You know what I mean? It'd be like if
Are you punishing the doctor? You should be punishing. Yeah, but then do you really want to be? That's not a good look for. I think this is all like super political. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're not going to punish that 20. You're not going to. Everything's fucking political. Yeah, I know. You're not going to punish a 20-year-old woman because that's like doesn't look good. People are like, no, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's not good for their cause to be punishing women and locking them up. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. So let's go after the doctor. Let's go after the doctor because it's not. If we start locking up, it's not a good look. Yeah. No, shoot.
None of it's a good look. Yeah.
Right, none of it's
this
good
is
look.
where it gets muddled.
Ken Paxton.
It's all your fault.
I hope you have a very unhappy birthday. All right. Well, I feel like I don't know. Covered the news. I gotta get
a lot
to two-stepping on my holiday preparations.
That you do, especially if you're not getting stuff through Amazon.
I gotta put my elf hat on, my little elf Sarah the Elf, what's your favorite color?
Your jingle jangle shoes.
What you jangle?
I can see you with some jingle jangle shoes.
That would be very on brand. Very on brand.
That would.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, I mean, wow. That's like, we just started this in September. So we're like, this is like, I think we did, not counting our special edition, like election episode that we did. This is like episode 11.
That's crazy.
That's so crazy. Look at us go. We knew nothing. We knew nothing at the beginning.
Like I said, you're doing great.
We still know nothing.
We're
still figuring it out. We're still figuring it out. I'm like,
still be a while though. I'm still overwhelmed.
I know, but like, look at us, man. Like, look at us. What a good. It's been a good. I feel like 2024 has been a good year, and I look for I know I really enjoy doing these podcasts with you because it's like getting to spend bestie time.
I know. We spend time together. That's really
we really just do this so that we can spend time together.
At the very least, that's what we get out of it, and that brings me the most joy.
Yeah, it brings me joy too. I think we can give a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays. We're inclusive, right?
Yeah, we're inclusive. Yeah,
inclusive. So, yeah, I don't know. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah. Happy all
Kwanzaa,
the things.
All of the above.
Festivus.
Oh, Festivus. Oh, I got to get my glass out. Yeah, that's your boy Ken Paxton was born on Festivus.
Oh, well, happy Festivus. I have many grievances against... I will be sure to air them.
Air those grievances on Monday.
Air my grievances. I can't wait.
Oh my gosh,
we should do that.
So
we need to air our grievances on Instagram, Emily. We should do an Instagram.
I was gonna say to have an episode, but I don't think we have time for that. But yeah, an airing of the grievances on Monday. I think that would be
cathartic. Cathartic. All right, everybody.
Yeah.
Well, like we said, happy holidays, happy New Year's. And if we don't see, I don't know, we probably won't have another episode in 2024, but we'll see you all in 2025. Bye.
Bye.